Hi to all. Today, we are discussing an important subject for owners in Israel, the taxation of rental income. Did you know that there are 3 different ways to declare your rent to the tax authorities? The first option is the normal tax regime. In this case, your rental income is added to your other income, such as your salary, and is taxed according to the tax brackets that concern you. The advantage of this regime is that you can deduct certain expenses from your rent, such as depreciation of the property, repair and renovation costs, bank charges, etc. The second option is the 10% flat rate regime. This regime is very simple. You pay 10% tax on the total amount of rent you receive in Israel and 15% on rent received abroad. However, you cannot deduct any expenses with this plan. The third option is tax exemption, partial or total. If your rents are below a certain threshold, which is 5,470 shekels per month in 2023, you do not have to pay taxes on this income. If your rents exceed this threshold, a calculation is carried out to determine the taxable amount. Now, it is important to understand that the choice of tax regime does not depend only on the amount of your rent. You must also take into account the expenses that you can deduct and the impact of the regime on the real estate capital gain when you resell your property. Sometimes, it can be more advantageous to choose the normal regime even if your rents are slightly above the exemption threshold, because this allows you to deduct your expenses. It is also important to know that you do not always have a choice of tax regime. If you own several rental apartments, the tax authorities may consider you as a real estate professional and force you to use the normal regime. Another important information is that you can choose a different tax regime for each apartment you rent. This allows you to optimize your taxes by choosing the most advantageous regime for each property each year. Finally, do not rush into the 10% flat rate plan without having studied all the options. A consultation with an accountant specializing in real estate can help you choose the best tax regime for your situation and save you thousands of shekels. Do not hesitate to contact us for a consultation and optimize your rental income.